Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second and sadly final episode of my two-episode 2025 NBA Draft mini-series. And today we are talking about the prodigies of the NCAA, Cooper Flagg. As we all know, Cooper is a 6'9" forward from Duke University who is arguably and technically the best player in this year's NBA draft, who is mostly going number one to the Dallas Mavericks. And he can greatly impact both ends of the floor with his jaw-dropping versatility and amazing two-way play. And there's just no sugarcoating it. That Cooper is what NBA franchises and scouts dream of when they look for the ideal modern NBA player. He has the size, athleticism, potential, a great motor and energy on both ends of the floor, a great shooter, a great rebounder, and most especially, a great defender. And there's just no doubt in my mind that Cooper was the best freshman this past year, and his season with Duke was nothing short of dominant. And you can clearly see his dominance, most especially on the stat sheet, because he filled it up with averages of 19 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.4 blocks, 1.4 steals, shooting an amazing 38.5% from 3 while shooting 48% from the field, leading Duke in all statistical categories. It's ridiculous. I mean, just look at this. And while he did all of this, he led Duke to a 19-1 record in the ACC and a overall record of 35-4. Then Cooper helped lead Duke to a ACC conference tournament appearance before sadly spraining his ankle in the quarterfinals against Georgia Tech. But don't worry y'all, Duke still won the ACC conference title even without Cooper because they are just that good as a team. And this would therefore make Duke a number one seed coming into this year's NCAA tournament. And sadly, in the NCAA tournament, Duke lost to Houston in the Final Four, and Cooper desperately tried his best even with an injured ankle. But man, he showed out in his final college game, as he scored 27 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. I mean, bro, what a way to go. And soon after, Cooper was named and awarded a lot of awards. I mean, he has a crap ton of awards. Like, he was named the National College Player of the Year, he was named as a consensus first team All-American, he won the Lute Olson Award, he won the Julius Erving Award, he won the Wayman Tisdale Award, he was named as the NABC Freshman of the Year, he was named the ACC Player of the Year, he was named to the First Team All-ACC, he was named as the ACC Rookie of the Year, he was named to the ACC All-Defensive Team, and he was lastly named to the ACC All-Freshman Team. Man, that's just a lot of awards, and I nearly had a heart attack just mentioning all of them. One thing is for sure, Cooper definitely proved himself to be one of the best players in all of college basketball this past year. And if I were to compare him to an NBA player, it would be Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics. And in my opinion, in order for Cooper to become a superstar in the NBA, he just needs more in-game reps, he needs to improve his ball handling, and he just needs to be a little bit more consistent defensively. Because I notice his effort kind of fluctuates from time to time, but only from time to time. But all of these things can easily be remedied with enough time and practice, and I already know bro is an absolute dog in the gym. And I'm just so excited to see what's next for Cooper in the NBA, and I hope nothing but the best for Mr. Cooper here. Tre Johnson. Tre Johnson is a 6'6" shooting guard from Texas who can score on all 3 levels. And Tre is a traditional shooting guard that can score the ball on a high and efficient level. And Tre is also known to be a very good ISO scorer who can easily create space and shots for himself using his handles and footwork. And Tre is also known to be a very confident shooter, most especially when he becomes deadly when he's in rhythm or in transition play. And he's also known to be very good in making tough shots, and trust me on that one, he can make tough shots. And Tre really knows how to collapse and distract defenses using his advanced understanding of floor spacing, and he has this innate ability to be able to pick out and find soft spots in opposing defenses that he's willing to expose and he scores on. And he also knows how to move very well off the ball, most especially during inbound set plays, and really knowing how to move through screens. And in my opinion, Tre was by far one of the best freshmen in the NCAA this past year alone. And I think the reason why scouts and teams really want Tre is because of his high basketball IQ, his great offensive decision making, his high and efficient jump shot, his great scoring ability with the basketball, and his high potential as a offensive scorer in the NBA. And this past year, Tre averaged 20 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal, shooting a lethal 40% from deep and 42% from the field in just 34 minutes a game. And he was also named the SEC Freshman of the Year, the SEC All-Freshman Team member, and also the second team All-SEC member, while leading his team in scoring as a freshman, and that's quite insane. And fun fact, he actually broke Kevin Durant's freshman scoring record by scoring 39 points in a loss to Arkansas, so you cannot doubt that Tre's scoring ability is really there. But sadly, Tre and Texas were eliminated in the first round of this year's NCAA tournament to Xavier, but Tre still showed out with 23 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals, which is honestly a pretty good stat line to end your collegiate career. And if I were to compare him to an NBA player, it would definitely be Cam Thomas of the Brooklyn Nets. And in my opinion, in order for Tre to become a great player, he just needs more experience, he needs to learn how to become more of a playmaker so he can be more impactful offensively, and he just needs to exert more effort defensively so he can be on the floor more often, most especially in today's NBA. And lastly, he just needs to improve his overall shot selection. That's it. And I think all of these things can easily be solved with the proper time and effort, and I honestly think that any team would be very lucky to have Tre. And with the right developmental plan, I think Tre is going to be a great player in the NBA one day. Derik Queen. Derik is a mobile and versatile 6'10" big from the University of Maryland who moves like a traditional center with the game of a modern power forward. And Mr. Queen here is a highly skilled post scorer with great footwork, spin moves, pivots, and a great sense of touch around the basket. And Derik has an excellent feel in the post not only as a scorer, but also as a secondary playmaker, often initiating his passes from the elbow, and he really knows how to connect well on dribble handoffs with his great sense of timing and vision, showing that he's pretty damn good in DHO situations. And Derik is also a smart screen man with a solid pick and pop mid-range game. And Derik really knows how to utilize his body, most especially while driving to the basket. And he knows how to contest shots without fouling, which is such a underrated skill. And he knows how to do this using his good defensive rotation, footwork, and great closeout speed. And scouts and teams really want Derik because of his high basketball IQ, his great offensive decision making, his build along with his height, his offensive efficiency with the basketball in the paint, and his high potential as a offensive coordinating scorer in the NBA. And Derik dominated college basketball with averages of 16.5 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.1 blocks, 1.1 steals, shooting 52.6% from the field, and a nice 76.6% from the free throw line in just 30 minutes a game. And he would then lead the Terrapins to a 14-6 record in the Big Ten and a overall record of 27-9. Then he led them to the Sweet 16, where they sadly lost to the eventual NCAA national champions, the Florida Gators, where Derik was able to go out his collegiate career and end it with a bang as Derik scored 27 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. And Derik was named to the first team All Big Ten, and he was also named the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, and also to the Big Ten All Freshman team. And if I were to compare him to an NBA player, it would be the junkyard dog himself, Mr. Zach Randolph. And in my opinion, in order for Derik to become a great player, he just needs more in-game reps, needs to develop a more consistent three-point jumper so his offensive options widen. But him shooting 76.6% from the free throw line is a very promising sign that his shooting and his jumper is only going to get better from here. And I think he just needs to drop a little weight so he can move better laterally, because the bigs in the NBA are not forgiving as the college guys. And to me, if all goes well for him, he could be something very special in the NBA one day. That's all 6 of my favorite prospects that will head to this year's 2025 NBA Draft, and I hope you all enjoyed today's video and this whole entire mini-series. And please hit that like button if you liked today's video, and if you learned something new, I would greatly appreciate it. And please make sure to hit that red subscribe button to join the OTL family today. Thank you very much if you did. Happy summer draft week, everyone, and goodbye.